Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, August 14th, 2023. I've heard that some folks are sending these videos out to their friends and family and neighbors. And one, I want to say thank you very much. Because that's happening, I will tell everyone who I am. I am Wade Cruz. I'm in uh, Oklahoma City specifically. I am the pastor for senior adults at Quail Springs Baptist Church. And so we have a great, robust senior adult program. 500 to 600 senior adults show up every Sunday, and it is a great time that we have. Now, let me say this: my screen may lock up every now and then. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi at the house or whatever. Yeah, I'm not in Hawaii, but pray for those folks. We know what's going on out there with those fires, and the death toll seems to keep going up and up. The last number I heard was something like 93, and people were stuck in traffic jams, and it was just not good. Obviously, understatement, but they're hurting, and I'm sure Southern Baptists will have some relief efforts, as well as many other organizations. So pray for them. Pray for the workers that are going to be helping. Pray for families that have lost loved ones, people that have lost everything they own, literally. So anyway, enough of that. Just want to say, okay, I'm going to sound like one of those regular YouTube videos because I want you to subscribe. I don't really care if you like it. Well, I care if you like it, but I don't care if you hit the like button, because I'm not trying to make money off of this. I don't have a Patreon or anything. I'm just trying to share some weekly devotionals. So we call this the Ball Cap Bible Study. This is the Southern Snap hat today. So I think this is a pretty hat. Plus, if you'll notice, I wear a lot of America First stuff. It's God first, but God bless the USA, right? Speaking of that, if you're going to get this video today on Monday, tomorrow in our parlor, which is a big room that we can do a lot of things in, multi-use, multi-purpose room, but we're going to have a time to pray for our nation. We do that every third Tuesday of the month, pretty much rain or shine. There'd have to be something really big going on to knock us out of that chair. So I'll be leading some of that tomorrow, 11 a.m. in the parlor. Come pray for the nation. Unless you think we don't need any prayer, where everything's going great. Wow, go. But please, God, bless this nation and get us back on track. Okay, enough of the editorial. We had a great Sunday. I hope you did too. I think we had over 1,700 on campus. We're still growing and going. So we're in the 10 Commandments. Last week we did "Thou shalt not covet," and I said this. I said, when I look at the 10 Commandments, when I go back and read them and review them, it doesn't look like God set the bar that high. Don't kill each other, don't steal from each other, don't commit adultery. We'll talk about fornication and all sorts of sexual sin, obviously not in depth, later when we get to that one. But then that last one was kind of like the boilerplate, that closes the thing. I mean, it starts with, don't have any other God before me. And then it ends with, and don't even think about sinning. So thou shalt not covet is, like we talked about last week, is that desire that is so strong is not the right word. There, it's got locked up again. Hopefully this will unlock in just a second, but I'm going to keep talking because there we go. Okay, it's back. Apologize for that. My system, I probably need to reboot and update Zoom and all that stuff. But anyway, when we get to dwelling on something and thinking about it and thinking about, oh, it's not fair that they get to have this and I don't, and blah blah blah, then you're willing to kick it up a notch, to the next one, to lie to get something, or to steal to get something, or to intentionally, think about it. Adultery is a form of stealing, and for a lot of reasons, but we'll get to that one later. All right, today is "Thou shalt not lie." This life application Bible that is, I believe it's in the ESV. Let me see here. No, New International Version. Whoops, you can't even see it. It ghosted. It's trust me, this is the New International Version. I don't know if I can get this in there. There we go. Oh, I had it for a second. Now I'm going, oh, well. That's my Hawaii background knocking us out. New International Version of the Life Application Bible. You can go read all sorts of, but the gist is the same. Thou shalt not steal. What does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. Thou shalt not lie. We don't edit these, so when I make a mistake, you're going to see it. And I was thinking about today on my walk. I walked over 2 miles this morning, nice and cool outside, and I was thinking about that, how mistake prone I am. Not like that, but I mean, like what you just saw. But I'm thinking, Paul walks in and says he was chief among sinners. Well, I'm no Paul, so where does that put me? Oh my goodness. I'm lower, I'm worse than the chief among sinners. That'll humble you when you meditate on something like that on your walk. So anyway, when I have my coffee, it steeps my sinuses. Oh yeah, that's good. Does that happen to any of you when you drink something warm? It gets up there and kind of makes your nose run a little bit. But so the ninth commandment, so 10 is thou shalt not covet, then it's thou shalt not lie. Or in this New International Version, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, or false testimony against thy neighbor. So the thought of it is, where is it literally against God's law and man's law to lie? Under oath, perjury, that kind of thing. There's some stuff out there, some of you have heard about it, stolen valor, where people lie on their resumes and they claim that they got all these awards or they served in the military. You even see some knuckleheads out there wearing the uniform, and there's some pretty funny. Not, I mean, they're sad, but they're. I like to watch the guys that get busted. Like a real Navy SEAL will walk up to a guy who's wearing a bunch of military stuff and he claims to be a SEAL. They walk up to one guy. I don't know if you know what the trident is, but it's the little SEAL medal, and it's got a trident and some stuff on it. But they walk up to this guy. He's wearing three trident insignias, the actual pin on thing, and they just rip his head off. I mean, not, first they ask him, wow, you're a SEAL, really? Where'd you go to, training, and what'd you do this, and where have you been deployed, and blah, blah. And these two guys are really SEALs. And then they just unload, and they make him take the stuff off. So sometimes I wish we could do that as Christians. I wish we could, make people reconcile. I mean, when I just can't stand it when people are fake and phony and their stories change, and they'll say, they did something because of this, and then a week later, oh no, it was because of that, and a week later it's like, well, it really, was it? Or when the line I hate the worst, I had no choice, or I was just doing what I was told. That's what the Nazis said at Nuremberg. Those are lies. You always have a choice. It's never the wrong time to do the right thing. Lying is not cool. And I'm telling you this as somebody who, busted. I've been busted. It's not fun. I don't like it. God has kept me off at the knees. I don't lie. I'm. Some people that know me would say I'm too transparent. I almost come at you like a prophet, but it's just not. It's not cool. A liar loses all credibility with me. I can't stand a liar. And I can usually sniff one out pretty easily because nobody's that good. Nobody is perfect. Anybody who is not humble and won't talk about their mistakes and it's all about them, that a narcissist complex, a narcissist has no problem lying, no problem hurting people, no problem, doing things that they shouldn't do and then justifying it with a lie. I also have no problem bearing false testimony against you. And that is, it almost is like the commandments build upon themselves. First it's, you think about it, you covet, you think, what would I be willing to do to get that or have that or be in this position or have that job or whatever. And then I'd be willing to lie. I mean, what's a white little lie? You know, what's a little white lie? What's a little white lie? That didn't hurt anybody. Yeah, it does. It hurts you, hurts your credibility, hurts your integrity, damages your character, all sorts of things. And here's, I don't know how you feel, but you know, trust is hard to earn, but it's easy to lose. You know, and with me lying, that's the first way to lose it. I and what really hurts the most is, and I'll give you one of my character flaws. I can be done with you real fast. I There's 6 billion other people in the world. I can find another friend. Uh, you know, I want to be like family. I want to be close. I want to trust each other. I want your yes to be yes and your no to be no, just like Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount. And that's, you know, Jesus was saying that. I mean, besides the fact that he didn't come to change the law, came to fulfill it. But what did Jesus say? I am the way, the what? The truth, and the life. So lying is also chipping away at how you represent Christ. So thou shalt not lie. There's a lot of reasons why it's good not to lie. You don't want a doctor to come in and lie to you. Oh, everything's fine. You're good. That'll be $400, you know, whatever. And really, and then you got 6 months to live. So integrity, character, you know, so much. It's just better. I mean, lying is what bad guys do. I mean, you know, criminals, they get up and perjure themselves. Trust me, I've been around a lot of them, and they lie like a rug. So you don't want to be that. And you're told lies all the time by politicians, people on TV, people that want to, you know, push a narrative. And let me tell you something. We'll talk about lying and living a lie, and then we'll close. But God's word is true, all of it. It's all true. And that's why he doesn't like lies and he doesn't like liars. Well, on top of that, God's word, because it's the truth, it's offensive. Think about this. Think about all the stuff going on right now with all of the, I'll just say social things. I don't want YouTube to mess me up later, but all the stuff you see on TV, all the social things. You know why the truth, you know why God's word and the way he wants us to live is offensive to people? Because the truth will always offend people who want to live a lie. I'm going to close with that. All right. Love you guys. See you next week. Pray for Hawaii. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you.